The last
All right,
video I
let's
uploaded, I was
see.
looking into Twitch's biggest mystery. And boy, I didn't know that 48 hours later, the mystery would pretty much be resolved by the horse's mouth themselves. Ladies.
All right, let's take a look at this. So the doctor disrespect thing that's been happening for the past, past couple of days have been the pretty interesting situation itself. So
And gentlemen, this is Dr. Disrespect and his wife, also known as the two-timing champion. And now some could consider Dr. Disrespecting what could be the age of consent, depending on where you live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to give you guys a full follow-up into what has happened, last time we looked at this, we looked at, Dr. Disrespect's ban 4 years ago off of Twitch, and realistically, every single party associated with this pretty much kept quiet. Until, of course, as you all know, a couple days ago, when one user came out, the former, I believe, director of strategic partnerships at Twitch, pretty much said that, yeah, the guy was messaging minors. Now, there wasn't...
it's so weird that this just comes out now after like what 4 years, ever since he got kicked off of off Twitch or so. That's what makes it the weird part about it. This person just came out of nowhere and just,
actually any evidence. But, the doctor didn't really do much to alleviate his symptoms, because he pretty much just said outright, look, no wrongdoing has been acknowledged. They paid me out in full, bro. Now, we all know legalese, right? Like, you've been around this channel long enough to know we know how to peek through the legal speak. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most legal speak I've ever heard. Now, when it comes to NDAs, I know I've signed a whole bunch of them throughout my time on YouTube and in the professional real world. And let me tell you something right now. There is no NDA in the world that says if you've been accused of talking to minors on the internet, you can't just sit on the internet and not defend yourself. You are allowed to 100% defend yourself. Now, as NDAs naturally expire, a lot of this information seems to be coming out. Now, did Dr. Disrespect speak to a minor? Yeah, according to him, he did. Let's actually read this, by the way, too, because I'm actually disgusted reading it. Like, I know that I'm making jokes right now, but the reason I'm making this video is not because this is an allegation. This is an actual serious, disgusting situation where I truly believe this scumbag needs to be banned off of the platforms that he's on, because I consider him to be a danger to people that are minors. So let's read this. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the BS. As you all know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys. The guy that plays a character and speaks in legalese. Okay. I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. All right, let's go. Cool. Let's do it. So first and foremost, I want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Now, for those of you who don't know, the reason why the situation has taken a very, very dark turn is that the company he owned, Midnight Society, where they were making this like NFT vertical looter shooter game, I believe it's Dead Drop, they ended up actually like basically cutting ties with him. And they straight up said, we assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we're terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and are even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved. Especially the 55 developers. Let's be fucking real, the studio's dead in the water. Without the face of the company, their game is not going to succeed.
That's true.
Now, obviously, this is pretty scary. Now, a lot of people have asked for proof about these situations, and I agree. There should be proof before we call somebody, the P word by any stretch of the imagination, obviously. But it's kind of scary when professional relationships get cut this quickly, especially when the studio you co-founded and you are basically one of the co-owners of, when they boot you out, it's not a good look, okay? If I had these kind of allegations and like the companies that I was a part of decided to oust me and remove me, that would be a pretty bad look on my part. So let's go back to Dr. Disrespect's statement here. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. So here he says the team is great and everything. Bro, that was not the same statement. Those guys straight up said they believed you were innocent, and now after they looked at the facts again, oh boy, they are disgusted by these facts. So, yeah, this is obviously such a weird PR statement to write. Again, when a guy says that they're real and you read shit like this, they're not fucking real, okay? They're not absolutely in reality land. You can literally look at the other post and see that there's a clear discrepancy. So everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch. That's true, I wanted to know too. For the reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I cannot tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. This is where the juicy shit is. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? Yeah. Whoa, hold on. You're like, Muda, with an individual? Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take you to it. This tweet's been edited. A lot. Okay? In fact, the first version of this post said individual minor, not an individual. So boys, let's whip out the diff checker, okay? Now for anybody that doesn't know what a diff check is, in computer science mumbo jumbo, we can check what changed in a file. So looking at the first post and the second post, there's been one change. The word minor got removed.
Oh.
Now this is where I believe Dr. Disrespect might be completely fucking stupid, because you could have just deleted this post and re-put it up there. This just makes you look really, really, really disgusting.
Yikes.
Why would you remove the word minor? Like, why? Why would you obfuscate the age or, like, you know, the threshold of someone's age?
No.
Now we know it's clearly a minor. The answer is yeah. So the guy was talking to minors. Okay. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. So what, was blood just yapping? Was that what we were supposed to see? These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate. What the fuck do you mean leaned in the direction of being inappropriate? Like, what does that even mean? Okay, you know, I've spoken to like minors who interact with me on my platform, okay? You know, people in the community, they reach out to me. It's like, hey, Muda, I'm like in high school. I'm graduating. I want to be in cybersecurity. I want to learn about computers. What certification should I get? Muda, can you help me with virtual machines? I get messages like that, and I'll respond back to any minor in my platform, and I'll tell them stuff. Like, that's a very, 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 very key difference. That's not inappropriate at all. What is inappropriate is if you start building relationships and you start asking them to meet out with you and you start to get maybe a little too degenerate.
Kind of weird
so
that they
speak.
edit
That
minors out of it.
There's like such a binary difference between appropriate conversations and inappropriate conversations, especially when it comes to being
it's just
minor.
like, I was like, what are we talking about? Like inappropriate? Like, are you doing like sexual things or something? Like, what are we talking about here? You know, like, were you like flirting in a very sexual way or something? Because that's still bad. Like, overall, that's still definitely bad. That's not good whatsoever. Like,
this guy is a fucking sack of shit. At least be upfront and at least talk about this stuff. So he says nothing more, nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared, thank God. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. Again, what were these conversations that lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate? I wonder. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Okay? But, like, you just admitted to talking to a minor, in some cases, inappropriately. And what's even wilder, too, is that at no point does he even actually say in this entire mention that I didn't even know this person was a minor at the time. Like, it's insane. There's not even a denial in that front either. Like, he didn't even say, you know, I didn't know this person was under 18 at the time I was even messaging them. And you'd think that, you know, covering a statement like this, that would be imperative if it were actually true. So that's another red flag here. Like, what in the... What? Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. Yeah, you're the adult in the situation. You know, if any minor comes and interacts with me in a dirty manner like this, it's an immediate block. Like, it's not even a thought to think. You know, the easiest part about making content on the internet is just not getting involved with minors. For some reason, these creators just can't understand that. So that's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. Bro, I hate this shit so much. How are you gonna write a husband and a father? Like, the dude cheats on his wife, and now he's getting caught texting inappropriately with minors by their own admission. How can you pretend to be the loving dad and the husband? The dude.
Wait. When was the part? When did that happen or so? Let me see. Can we search that real quick? Well, this was in 2017. Hello, Kid Boo. Thank you for the follow, hun. Let's see. So this was in 2017.
Dude's a scumbag. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect and I'll own my shit. This was stupid. You know, there's a lot of dumb shit that I know people do because obviously human beings are not perfect. We all make dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
Inappropriately talking to a minor over the internet, when you say sometimes lean too much, meaning it happened more than once on plenty of occasions apparently, that's not that should never have happened. There are some things that I firmly believe should not happen. There are some lines you don't cross, and when you cross those lines, you're a disgusting person, and this is just one of those lines. With all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedo. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things and those type of people. That's a different kind of disgust that I hate even talking about. Don't even label me as the worst of the worst. Bro, what you just described yourself as, it's already disgusting, okay? Now, I'm not going to go as far and say, you know, this guy's like the Epstein of, like, you know, Twitch gaming or something like that. But talking inappropriately to a minor, bro, there's no coming back from that. Like, the guy is, in my opinion, he's a danger. How can you, as a father, make that statement and then still try to, like, fucking puff your chest out and talk like this? Like, you're a disgusting freak, okay? You're a danger to children, in my opinion, and you should be far away from them. You should be far away from interacting with any child. You should be far away from being a YouTube or Twitch streamer. That right, in my opinion, if I was running this platform, that is the one line you just don't cross, okay? But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience,
Hey, Kid Boo.
I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah,
Well,
Dr.
I have real life experience, you know, with the world. Am I a hater? No, I'm just really, really disappointed. I don't really have the energy to hate people. I'm just disgusted at the freak that this guy is. Finally, if you're comfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. Guy was literally talking about going on vacation, and sure, he might still be, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially because, like, he edited his comment and removed the word minor from it, and it's just kind of like, that's not very good, because it just makes you look really bad overall.
Good situation. Now, I feel like in the last few days, the amount of people that have been defending this guy, you know, because they thought maybe the woke mob was after him for whatever reason. Bro, this is his own words. His own company ousted him. There was no mob. Like, the guy literally admitted, and I'm glad that he admitted it. I'm glad that he outright just said that he was speaking inappropriately in some cases, in certain cases, to a minor individual. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is just a gross.
Even if this wasn't about minors, I just find it a hoarded to be like that as a husband. Yeah, that too as well. You know, he's a husband and a father. I'm like, you should know your role, bro. Why are you even cheating on your wife, bro? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're just not like not having that burn sensation, like that fiery passion or so with your wife or so, like, at least talk to her, or just, you know, go off your own path, you know? I'm like, that's even worse, like cheating on them, especially like, because like you're being inappropriate to a minor. That's number one. That's bad. That's just terribly bad. And then on top of that, you're basically cheating on your spouse there. So it's just like, that just makes it like super just not great overall. So,
thing to be doing. And there is no defense for this kind of behavior. And I firmly believe, like, as you know,
just both of them
like,
overall is just
be
terrible.
anywhere.
You know,
like, what is proven is if you are interacting in a negative fashion with anybody that is a minor, you are not to be trusted on any social media platform whatsoever. Now, last
Yeah.
time we talked about this a day or two ago, I mentioned that this whole situation was weird because, this got settled in court. Twitch paid out the remainder of the contract, which makes me kind of wonder if this had happened and Twitch had full understanding of this, why not just outright get involved with the law enforcement agencies? And sure, there's a minor involved, and maybe they didn't want to have the cops and they didn't want to have this whole like trial and traumatize a child. That absolutely makes sense the more I think about it. But to understand, I really feel like in the last 4 years, if this was common knowledge and understanding, protecting a victim is one thing. But realistically, what Twitch did and what like this whole case did was actually protect, in my opinion, a bad person. This guy got to be on YouTube and make millions of dollars and build an even bigger fan base and interact with God knows what else, right? Like maybe he was talking to another person that might have been a minor. We don't know. He admitted to this instance, and statistically,
Doc messed up when he came out to speak. I respect his first talk when he just laid it out and he talked to a minor. But this BS him trying to backtrack and act like he is not a problem. What the fuck is Twitch doing? Gotta hit Doc with the Kendrick, not like us. Hey, Dubstep. Yeah, no, like even then, like, right? Like the one bigger major thing, right? Is like he talked to a minor, right? But like the vague statement that he said, like, oh, I sexually talked to them. It leaned towards the sexual part. And it's just kind of like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like that's still bad. Like overall, that's still like frankly bad.
It's not always just the one incident, right? At least that's my personal perception. I have no, I have no proof to say.
Yeah, and like the worst part about it is like he was editing the stupid tweet, like, and he got rid of minor apparently. And then the other thing too, why didn't they step in when they knew what was happening? I have no idea. Everything is like closed. Well, everything's behind closed doors, so we don't really know. I can't wait for Ko to be in court for the mistreatment of the basement. Shut the fuck up.
Happened more than this one instance, but again, I don't trust this guy. And I think like for a lot of these court cases to be settled, I think ultimately they protected this guy for 4 years. This guy basically got to operate for 4 years until finally these NDAs started drying up and this whole situation just started getting leaked out.
That's
now,
interesting.
I think that there's way more down the pipeline. I think by Saturday, by Sunday.
Yeah, that's another thing too as well. Yeah, it's like both what he said, right? He's a husband, right? He's a husband and a father, right? It's already immediately bad. And then you put to set, basically talking to a minor inappropriately is even worse on top of that. So even if let's say for example, right? Let's put this in hypothetical terms, right? Let's just say, the whisper messages to the minor wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't that serious, right? The problem is on top of that, right? Underneath that specific layer is that he's a husband and a father, and he was talking to another woman while still in a relationship with their spouse. They're married. So it's just kind of like that's still fucking bad overall. So the 2-time back-to-back cheater. Yeah, so like no matter what, right? No matter what, both of them are just both problems are just overall just terrible,
This whole situation will become one of the biggest things in media, like gaming history.
It will.
But, ultimately I have a lot of questions for Twitch. I have a lot of questions for Amazon. If this situation played out the same way, if these inappropriate messages happened and a minor was exposed, how much guilt falls onto Twitch? And ultimately, like, there's got to be guilt that's shared between the platform holder keeping this silent, I wonder why Twitch and Discord, while they banned him at the time years ago, why this wasn't maybe relayed to other social media services, When EDP got banned, it wasn't just a ban off of YouTube, it was a ban on TikTok, it was a ban off everything for having these kind of allegations towards him. When Alex Jones got banned pretty much systemically on every single app within like a day, it was because these guys talk to each other. So I'm wondering why Amazon and Twitch, I get it, NDAs, gag orders, but if you truly felt that there was this, really scary situation with this guy messaging what appeared to be a minor, an individual minor, in a seemingly inappropriate manner at times, you should have relayed this to other sites.
No, I have
Like,
not.
this is just
no.
disgusting behavior. And ultimately, I don't think there's any coming back for somebody like Dr. Disrespect. I think if you actually sit down and ride and die for this guy, you probably are the kind of person that should absolutely be investigated by law enforcement themselves too. Truly disgusting behavior. It's not something I would ever wanted to see, but ultimately it is what it is. The guy is gross, the guy is disgusting, and honestly, should never be respected. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and yeah, I'm out.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy, to be honest, to be knowing the whole final. Oh, it's not. Yeah, because right now he's on vacation, right? Pat God made one. Interesting, because yeah, that's not looking great, to be honest. Because like, well, me personally, I was never really a huge fan of the doc or so. He was just a little too crazy, too aggressive, and his ego was super inflated or so, just because he's like the greatest FPS player or something like that, so he always complains a lot. So I get it, it's a character, I understand, but like, it's not really my type of content personally. So, but if you like the content, that's fine. It's just, it is. Yeah, this year has definitely been like a what the fuck kind of big impact kind of moment this year. This year has definitely been like that big impact shit. So I don't know, man. This is kind of a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of a bit crazy personally. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would support someone like that, to be honest, if they were talking to Meyer. Cat Williams was not lying about people getting exposed. Yeah, I wonder who else is gonna expose this year, to be honest. Like, Jesus Christ. But anyways, that was a very interesting thing to take a look at. You guys can leave me down in the comment section down below what you guys think about the Dr. Disrespect. Would you guys still support Dr. Disrespect? I don't know. For me personally, I'm just kind of like, no, I'm okay. I'm just gonna do my own thing. So, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He is on vacation, so you better start making sure the basement dwellers are in peak condition of inspection. Shut the fuck up. Jeez. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Peace.